Aloha and welcome to the Local My Life. It is Aloha Friday and time for the little bit of work first and fun. They want their treats right this moment, and we know if they ask for treats, they get treats because it shuts them up. So, how are y'all doing? Yes, Cassie, everyone can hear you. I don't even know if Crisp is working the way it should when you bark that shrilly. And also, okay, wait, these just came in the mail. They literally just walked in. Okay. About 10 minutes ago, I was on my phone and I got one of the Amazon alerts saying, hey, whatever these things, Better Bellies came in. I'm like, okay, yes, they'll get me through lives today. I love it. So, aloha, gang. We made it through Christmas. Celebration time. Okay, wait. Most of you made it through Christmas. I still haven't yet. My brother got back from the Philippines and the rest of the Asia trip and all that and has COVID. So we have not celebrated the immediate family Christmas yet. That's actually on the books for next Friday. So oh my gosh, it's crazy. So let's see, who do we got here? I know Lone Wolf was in here earlier. Let me pull up my chat. There we go. There is Lone Wolf. Hello, Lone Wolf. I'm happy you were able to make it and you found the Discord, which is awesome. And you're here. And yep, always walk away and start doing breathing exercises to lower anxiety, anger. Perfect. Okay, what is that in relations to our question for the day? Do you have any resolutions in mind for this year? If so, what are they? So that's what we are talking about today is our resolutions. And also thanks for jumping in on that one, Lone Wolf. Thank you. And Miss Kelly, how you doing, Miss Kelly? Yes, New Year's is here. And gang, some of you guys who were with me last year at New Year's, remember New Year's Eve in Hawaii? I actually went live at midnight my time last year so you guys could see all the fireworks. I need to remember to do that again this year, because that was so much fun getting to just hang out. I couldn't hear you guys. I didn't know if you could hear me, but at least you could see all the fireworks going on. So I'll try to do that again this year. Burden, how you doing, my dear Burden? How you doing, my dear? Lot going on today. Those of you who are kind of in our community know between the Idaho murders, Lucian was found. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he was found. Been a busy day. What was that, cat? Cassie just yelped. Did you bite your tongue? I think Cassie bit her tongue while trying to chew on something. So either that or scared herself, something like that. So yes, and there is Miss Nicole, our Nicole. It's been a rough day with all the news, a lot of rough news. Okay, last week's subject about dealing with news and stuff and all is actually a really good one to have to deal with and kind of go back. How do you deal with news when it's just inundating you and stuff like that? Because that's what it kind of today has kind of felt like. I haven't, because I've been focusing on this live. I haven't quite had to do that as much, but yeah, we'll see. Also, yes, I didn't get to read the whole thing about the laundries yet. I did not. I saw it pop up, the Petito and, yeah, not Petite, even though she was. And, but yes, the Petito laundry lawsuit and stuff popped up there. I am going to have so much reading I got to do, or head over to Burdens or Sluice or something and just, wow, there's a lot going on all right now, right at the end of the year, it seems. It's just nuts. So, and made it. You need to get some sleep. And lots of people out there sick right now. I mean, not only my brother, I need two hands to count the number of people I know that are fighting bugs right now. It's bad right now. Whether it's what do you call COVID, whether it's the flu, cold, all that, just everyone seems to have something. Annie's here. Hey, Annie. Welcome, 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 my dear. Yeah, bad day for everyone to be sick. No, no kidding whatsoever. It's a crazy day. And yeah, I was like, of all days when I'm trying to do all this stuff and everything. So yeah, but okay, slowly but surely, good old Discord, not Discord. YouTube is getting the word out to everyone. We have been having fun with notifications, not only on YouTube, but Messenger. And it's weird. Is it just me, or is the end of the year just being very, very confusing? Um, yeah, there you go. No, how you love you, my dear. Hope you're doing good. Holy makahiki ho. You'll be the first one that I say it to. Happy New Year. And I every time I try to say that, I'm like, okay, I can say this. I can say this. Yes, I can. I can do it. And so hope you're having a great well, your New Year will be great. We got to get through another 24 hours still. So okay, let me quickly, as people are working their way in, move over to my banner page so we can start talking about today's subject. Subjecto time. Let me see. Here we go. So, first of all, I just noticed I never got rid of my Christmas. Okay, well, next week I'll have new diamond paintings up. And we hit this time of year. Let me ask you guys in chat. Okay, ones and twos, okay? One, if you make New Year's resolutions. Two, if you're like, no way, I'm not going to make a New Year's resolution. Yeah, I'm wondering how much of a balance we have, because I've got some statistics here to share with you. But I'm interested in hearing. I'm kind of yes and no. Some years I make them and some years I don't. I talk about doing it and then I get to New Year's and I'm like, why? I'm just going to fail at it. So why should I even do it? Instead, I try to throughout the year, if there's something I need to work on, I try to work on it through the year. And rather than just like some special day, New Year's Day. Okay, a lot of twos popping up in chat. This year, you're a one. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm one. Because to me, if you're going to do a resolution, I need to be on board with it. And if I'm making a decision over a couple minute period, I'm going to lose weight this year. I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. No, it's not going to work. I never follow them exactly, Annie. I never succeed at them. So why set myself up for failure? What I do try to do is succeed throughout the year. If there's things I need to work on, I recognize I need to work on those and I start putting plans in. So what I'm going to talk about today is, yes, New Year's resolutions, but these should be ways we can, okay, when we get down to the nitty gritty of it, how to go ahead setting them up and things like that, those should be things we can do any time of the year, not just New Year's Day. Okay, we can choose right now to kick this into play if now is the time in our head to make it work. Okay, so, but what I did want to do, what I found very interesting actually, is as I started researching information about New Year's resolutions and all, I came up with some amazing statistics, background, where they came from, things like that, and thought I would share with you. Before I do, just as a reminder, gang, okay, we're probably not going to get into heavy-duty discussions today, but everyone does know about 988. So if at any time, whatever we're talking about triggers something in your head where you're kind of find yourself going down a certain rabbit hole or something like that, please always remember this 24/7, not just for these lives, but anytime. Okay, it's the core of your grounding and taking care of yourself. Is right there, that if you recognize yourself getting to that place, you're going to take care of yourself and make sure you treat yourself good, kindly, the same way you would treat anyone else who's having a rough time. You would treat yourself that way also. So let's go through and start about resolutions. Yeah, short-term, lone wolf, exactly. Short and long-term goal setting, and that's exactly what this comes down to. Okay, I used to do this type of thing just with work. Okay, I would have my short-term goals, my long-term goals, and things like that. So it's really good to go through. But the idea of resolutions have been around forever, it feels like. Definitely my whole life. I thought maybe it was something that popped up in the 1800s or something like that. Oh, no. No, not by any means. The idea of resolutions came across by the Babylonians, actually 4,000 years ago. Okay, resolutions is not something new. Okay, basically where it came out of is the Babylonians celebrated in mid-March a holiday. It was a 12-day holiday for their spring barley harvest. It was called Akito. Or Akitu, something like that, in mid-March. And that is when the first idea of resolutions occurred. Because again, if you think about New Year's for us, we're starting everything new. Okay, last year came to fruition. We're starting a brand new year, things like that. Well, when you're coming from a agricultural community or something like that, okay, and you are pulling up a crop, you're starting anew. And that's kind of what was going on with them in mid-March. That was starting a whole new season for them. Okay, getting out a new harvest, harvesting the old one, all that. So that's where resolutions actually came from. It was not something that was made up by Hallmark or anything like that. It was actually something 4,000 years ago. And to this day, we still torture ourselves with them. And so New Year's resolutions. I just asked you guys, how many of you guys make resolutions? I definitely can tell most of you guys are like me and you're like, yeah, the chance of me keeping those they're very small chance of that. But let's talk about resolutions, because I think one of the problems with resolutions and why I combined resolutions with mental health is because the failure at a resolution definitely hits our mental health issues. Okay, it makes us feel like failures. It makes us feel like all these different things. So that's why it's important for us to come back and look at those things. Lone wolf, that is amazing. Congratulations. Wow. 19 years clean from alcohol and drugs. Awesome. Awesome. That is older than many of the people that you talk to on YouTube. So that is huge. Great work on that. So the statistics that we're talking about with things. I just noticed something. I'm going to do something real quick. And if this person doesn't want it, they can let me know later and I'll take it away. And but since they're trying to help out so big right now, thank you. And New Year's resolution statistics. It's great for us to, hey, Michelle K and Christola, both of you, Christola and Michelle K. Love you guys. And hi, Wrigley. No, I'm not picking you up now. No, you've got a chewy. You can chew. And it's good for us to realize with resolutions that we are in the norm, okay, when we fail at them, when we decide not to, or we decide to, okay? There's so many things. We're part of this larger group that does this every single year. So to start off with, 38.5% of all U.S. adults make resolutions every year. 38%. So that kind of fits with what we were saying, okay? A lot of us were saying, oh, twos, and some of us were like ones. I'm going to try this year, or I try every now and then the next year I don't, and stuff like that. So Lone Wolf, it's about sharing and giving hope for those that are just starting or trying. Yes, exactly. And people look up to it when they see that. They really do, because they know it's possible. And that's what's great here, even with the resolutions. If we're all working on things together and talking about things, we know it's possible to do whatever we put our mindset to. So 38% do their resolutions. Now, interestingly, it's usually those people that are young. So our 20-year-olds, the people in their late teens to early 30s, who will do resolutions. It seems to be as you get older, you stop making resolutions. Okay, you start recognizing that, you know what, it's not necessarily something that I can do every day of my life. Why do I need a special day? Like I said, okay, why do I need a special day to start a resolution? I could do that any day of my life that I'm ready to make that change. And that's what happens. By the time you're in, if you think about it, how many 80-year-olds do you know who are making resolutions? Very seldom. I used to find that very interesting when I used to work in nursing homes. All of the employees, we would be talking about our resolutions, and the seniors would be like, yeah, okay. And they'd talk to us and make us feel great about it, but none of them had resolutions, it seemed. And so that's one thing. The other is people who have children tend to make resolutions more often. So again, we're talking young adults, okay? But when you have children, you are often looking at how things can get better because your whole life is about supporting this little one, okay? Whether the little one is like 7 or 8 pounds or 70 or 80 pounds, you're all about how can I make their life the best life possible. So the idea of resolutions and bettering things about you just really makes sense to you. Burden said, I used to make them because that's just what I thought we all did. Then I realized I simply don't have. That's a good point. That's actually a very, and Christola agrees too. Yeah, it was something I used to do and I don't tend to, or if I make one, I just kind of, I'm like, okay, this isn't necessarily a New Year's resolution. It's just something I want to do for myself in the future. Brandy! Hey, Brandy, welcome. Love you. Hope you had a great Christmas. And so what are the main, okay, let me ask you guys right now. What do you guys think the number one resolution is every year? I've got the top 3 here that I'm going to share with you guys. But let's see. What do you guys think are the number one? We're playing a game of Jeopardy, Family Feud. Okay, the top resolutions for people. Okay, Michelle's saying lose weight. Annie's saying weight loss. Exactly. The most popular. Well, actually, that's in the top 3. Okay, exercise more. I'm going to exercise more this year. I'm going to go exercise. All of us join, okay? If you look at it, the exercise clubs, fitness centers, and stuff like that, their membership goes through the roof at this time of year. And so exercising more. I'm going to eat healthy this year. 2023 is going to be the year that I eat healthy. And I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And also, those are the things we... Hey, Kim, how you doing, my dear? And, oh, you're sick too. I hope you feel better. Okay, I think I'm going to need 3 hands to count the people that I know who are sick right now. This is every year Christmas, people get sick. It never fails. Never, ever fails. Kim, aloha, my dear. Love you, love you. Oh my gosh. Everyone's coming in. Yay. Yeah, you do have COVID. See, my brother has COVID right now. I know of a couple people that I think have COVID, but just, they're like, what's the use of testing at this point? They know what they most likely have, so they just treat it the way they have and they move from there. I hope you feel better soon, perspective reverence. So those were the 3 things, Annie. I just said that I eat a bag of Cheetos. Exactly. That's it. Do I have my bag of... Nope, I don't have my bag of Cheetos. Surprise, surprise. Cassie, would you stop growling? And what I found interesting, though, is as I looked more and more into resolutions, is COVID made a difference. COVID changed what we made resolutions about. Okay. After COVID, people started noticing the top resolutions. Yes, eating healthier is still there, but finances. It shows how people were focused during COVID about how am I going to make my finances work, okay? I'm not working like I used to work, or I've changed career fields, or now we've got problems with inflation and stuff like that. So finance has become a big thing. And then the other one, mental health. COVID really, truly opened all of us. Sorry, someone wants up. COVID really opened us up to the idea of mental health more than I think at any other time. Okay, because all of us found ourselves in a house, some of us with other people with us, and then we had to deal with interpersonal. I mean, you have no idea how many people I talked to who had been married for 10 plus years. And when all of a sudden they were living together 24/7 and not having breaks where one went off to work or both went off to work, they realized they could not stay together anymore. So, and then you had others who were totally isolated because they had no one else they lived with. And also we started to truly understand what mental health was about. Okay, we were going online trying to find out, okay, how do I deal with all these things? Oh, yes, Michelle, the little pup, and all she's having fun right now. So she's like, chewies, chewies, I'm a happy girl. So those actually became our newer focus. And that's where, for example, me, I'm sitting here looking at what can I do for my mental health this year? What is it that I need to look at doing differently? For example, myself, I tend to get pretty nasty when I get mad at family members. Okay, I can get very selfish very quickly. Surprise, surprise. And I've had to tell myself, okay, this year I need to have the patience to step back and just let whatever happen and then deal with it in a healthier way later. And so New Year's resolutions, we're all talking about how more times than not we fail, right? And so what are the statistics like for that? Because I don't know about you. When I used to make resolutions, I used to honestly think I was the only one failing. I was sure because no one else talked about how they had failed their resolution or anything, that they were all succeeding and I was the one who was failing at them. But in reality, 23% of us that make these fail in the first week, 1 week, and it's already out the door. Okay. Only 9% of people who make resolutions see them through to succession. Now, remember, that's only 9% of the ones who actually make resolutions, not 9% of the population. So we're talking a very small number who actually see them to resolution. And even with resolution, okay, people who do work it and they go through to the end, they do have their moments where things don't work out real well. There's actually a day that is, if any of you guys have ever seen the fitness app Strava, it's great for if you do walking or running and stuff like that. They have called the second Friday of January Quitter's Day. What they've done is they've looked at their app and people, okay, how they were following the exercise. I'm going to exercise more a bit. And they noticed that second Friday of January seems to be the day when people are like, okay, I'm done walking and running every day, or I think I'm done with all this stuff. So they've named it Quitter's Day. And I hate that name, but at the same point, it does make sense. You kind of get to this, and especially in many of the cases, you're just like, okay, I really wasn't into this anyhow. I just thought I had to make a resolution, and this is something I'd like to be different about, so I'll just say it and it's going to happen. And that's not the way it does. But why do they fail? Okay, what is it that makes us fail at these things? First of all, timing. The main reason why almost not every, but close to most of resolutions fail is timing. We're not ready for the commitment. It's December 31st, January 1st, and we think we have to have a resolution because everyone is asking. Sorry, you are not growling at your brother. Stop it. And, oh my gosh. Okay, here you go, Cassie. There. Okay. You're not ready for it. You just know you're talking with your friends, you're having fun with your friends, and they're like, hey, this year I'm doing this. What are you going to do? Oh, yes, Nicole. She's a little bit of a diva. Yes. If anyone comes near her food, oh my gosh, it's not pretty. She's, oh, now you want me to pick you up. Now you want me to pick you up. See, this is what we're going to do. We're going to walk around with, are you going to show everyone what you're chewing? There's Sleuth Mom. Yes. Now that's the use of your membership emojis. Yes, exactly. And also, by the way, thank you to all those of you who are becoming members. I really do appreciate it. I really honestly do. And so we make these things. We're not ready for the commitment. Okay, a commitment needs to be motivated. We need to have, if anyone has lost weight, fought an addiction, okay, really started training for a marathon. My brother runs marathons. It needs commitment and motivation. If you don't have that motivation, you're in trouble. Because at some point, you're going to hit this wall, and you need to get through this wall. And if there's nothing to hold you up, that wall's going to come flat right on top of you. And so about 35% of people lose that motivation. Okay. They're kind of, they want to do this, but they're just not really, it's not the time, if that makes sense. I know, like me, I need to lose weight. There's sometimes I have been motivated, really, really motivated. And I can go through the highs and the lows when I'm motivated. But if I'm just doing it because, oh yeah, I know I need to lose weight, at some point something happens and friends go to a certain restaurant and, oh my God, there's my favorite meal. Oh, I'll just this one time type thing. So 19% of us are too busy. Okay. We decide, okay, we're going to exercise more. The problem is, we are so overwhelmed in our regular life, we can't figure out where to fit it in. So we fit it in for a few days. No problem fitting it in for a few days. But unless we've really got things set up and organized, it's hard to follow through because we just run out of the time. Hey, Princess Megan, no problem. See you when you get back. Love ya. And and 18% of us change our priorities or our goals. I was the queen. Actually, I was one of these people. It's funny, when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, yes. Because what I would do is I'd start off with this resolution, and then when I'd start failing at that and I knew, okay, it was only a matter of another day or two. I didn't want to say that I failed at that resolution. So I changed my resolution. And now all of a sudden I am, focused. My new resolution is that I'm going to wake up an hour early every day so I could do journaling or something like that. And then I fail at that before you know it. So 18% of us we change our goals, because we were trying to make a decision as to what was important to us real quickly. And one of the important, I kind of led you guys towards this idea a few minutes ago. Even with those people who do fail, who do succeed, they do have their slips. For every person who does succeed in the long run, they tend to have 14 slip-ups before they are successful. And I think that's what's important for all of us, because so many times we get upset at ourselves. Okay, think about something like addiction. Okay, you have decided, whether it's food, alcohol, drugs, gambling, shopping, whatever, you make a mistake and you fail. You have that drink, or you do this, or you buy shopping or whatever. Right, Burden, 14. That's what got me, but it's true if you think about it. Because every one of those failures, this is what the difference is between someone who fails and someone who succeeds. Someone who fails sees it as, I just can't do it. Okay, I effed up, time to move on. Okay. But someone who's going to succeed sees it. Okay, they're resilient. They can bounce back. They see it that, you know what? This is a lesson. This is a lesson. Yes, I'm taking one step backwards, but now I'm going to move forward 2 steps. Right? Okay, now I know that in the, 14 in chat, 14, hey, it's a magic number right now. 14 slip-ups, 14 in chat. You see it as, yeah, I went and I ate that food at that time. So now in the future, what I need to do is, if I know my friends are going to go to this one restaurant, maybe I can ask them, can we go somewhere else? Okay, or I find other ways that you can work around it. Use those as chances for you to learn. It doesn't have to be a failure. It's a learning experience at that point. And those are the people who actually succeed. And so important thing within that. So how do you succeed in general? Okay. Because this is where it comes down to. And as I mentioned, whether it's a New Year's resolution or something that you've put together because all of a sudden in your heart, you're like, okay, I'm tired of this addiction, or I'm tired of this relationship, or I'm tired of having this happen at work. Whatever it is can fit into this how to succeed part, because that's what it comes down to. So first, choose a specific goal. Notice most of us, when we talk about our resolutions, we say, oh, I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to lose weight. Okay. I am going to, all these things, they're very broad. I'm going to lose weight. Oh, well, great. You're going to lose weight. The problem is when we make these broad, sweeping goals for ourselves, it becomes very hard for us to succeed at those. Because, for example, if I got to lose weight, well, that's great. I got to lose weight. What does that look like for me? Okay. I love your perspective reference. And also sit and tell yourself, okay, I am going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Break it up into smaller parts. That's one thing, especially with weight loss. Breaking it up in smaller bite-sized goals makes a huge difference. Okay, I think those people with addiction issues and all that, okay, being able to say, okay, I'm getting clean, okay, or whatever, and following the rules that you have, but knowing you can only go day by day. And everything is day by day. So choose a specific goal. Okay, I'm going to exercise 20 minutes 3 times a week. Something nice, easy to judge, easy to recognize. Did I do it? Did I not? Okay, find ways to make that. If you're going to start journaling, I'm going to wake up. Okay, it doesn't have to be like 7 days a week type thing. Twice a week, I'm going to get up and I'm going to write 500 words. Okay, if you want to wake up earlier, more often, hey, nothing wrong with that. But take it in bite-sized steps that you know you can do, because it's going to make it much easier chance for you to succeed in the end. Yeah, Christola, exactly. Make it like a game. You're trying to reach that next level. Okay, for me, for example, losing weight. If I tell myself, okay, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. Okay, yeah, not unless I'm doing gastric bypass is that going to happen. And I've done that. And I did lose that much. And and I'm still lower than I was, but still not where I want to be. And but if I tell myself there, I'm setting myself up for a failure. But if I tell myself, okay, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, or I'm going to go from this size to this size and take it in small. And then you reach that, you have a reason to celebrate. And now you've proven to yourself you can do it. So it makes you go into that next phase and you keep pushing yourself that way. Next, make a detailed plan on how you're going to reach your goal. Okay. Having a plan is going to make a difference. When we tell, paying bills, yeah, that adulting's fun, ain't it, princess? And also, having a pathway, having a plan will more often than not keep you from making the mistakes that so many of us make. I was just having this talk with my niece when she came out here for vacation, okay, about a month ago. She had all these things she had to do. Okay, people she had to see. She wanted to show her boyfriend all these locations, things like that. And we were talking at one point, and I was saying, yeah, having a plan in those cases really helps, because otherwise you're going to forget things. Okay, real life steps in and shit happens. And so by having a plan in place, you're more likely to succeed. So visualize, what does success look like for you? Okay. And not just that end goal. Like I said a second ago, okay, you have to have, what is success going to look like at 1 month? What is success going to look like in 3 months, 6 months? Go out through there. And depending on the goals, you may not need the 6 months or you may need a whole year. But you know what things are going to look like at that point. So you actually have a visual goal of what everything's going to look like in 3 months. And you may come close to it, you may not come close to it, but it has that ability to give you something to look forward to. Next, set rewards. Okay, I remember back when I was in high school, I think it was high school, my mom and I did Weight Watchers together. And we did great. We really did do good. We had a goal set for ourselves every single week. If we got to our Weight Watchers weigh-in day and we had lost weight, we allowed ourselves one cheat meal. Okay, it wasn't a meal. It was more like a cheat dessert type thing. After the meeting, we would run by, okay, whatever store we wanted to, and we'd pick ourselves one goodie. And that was our reward to motivate ourselves. So throughout that week, I always was looking forward to it, thinking, okay, if I can lose the weight this week, okay, I can do this. I'll be able to push forward and look what's going to happen at that day. So do those things with you. Okay, thank you, Christola. Have things set for yourself at a month, at 2 months. Goals that you can, we tend to, especially, in most of the first world countries, we tend to set up goals for the end. The goal is that ribbon at the end of the race. That's what our goal is. And that's how we reward ourselves, is we run through that ribbon with our arms held high and all that. The problem is there is something we tend to do with long-term rewards. When a reward is so far out for us to look, we tend to start devaluing that reward. Okay, it's not as, if you have a reward that you have to wait 6 months for versus a reward that you know you're going to get in just 4 weeks, that reward in 4 weeks means a heck of a lot more because it's attainable at that point. Okay, those of you with children, okay, if you tell, yay, thanks, Burden. If you tell your children, okay, if you, what are you going to have better luck on? Okay, well, if you give me a wonderful report card at the end of the year, at the end of the semester, I will buy you a toy. Or if you do really good on all your assignments this week, we'll do this together. They're going to probably want to do something closer because they know they can get there. So have those rewards set up for you. Okay, you can still have that big reward. There's no problem with a big reward. Okay, but have something. Nicole, so, okay, bingo, you do it weekly with your kids. And it does make a difference. It truly does. If you know you can look forward to that one little thing, oh, it's so much. I can grab onto it at that point. So next, be aware of tempting situations. Okay. Say you make a decision to lose weight, okay, or eat healthy, okay. There's going to be certain times in your life that are going to be freaking tempting. Like I said, you go out to dinner with your friends and they happen to go to that really amazing restaurant or something like that, and you've been wanting to try this one dessert they have. It's going to be freaking tempting. Talk with your friends. Let your friends know, hey, you know what? I'm really at this point where I need the little extra support. Do you think we could go to this place instead this week? I just need to stay away from those things. If you know you are trying to not spend as much money, then you may want to be careful about where you go shopping. Okay? Going to a huge mall when you're trying to save money is probably not the best thing. Yet if you go to other locations that are much more, finite with what they have, it'll make it easier. So recognizing that there are tempting situations out there, and it does not mean you have to say no by saying no to everything. Oh, thanks, Mom. Thanks so much. It does. My mom just brought me lunch. And you don't have to say no by saying no right there. You can say no by making sure that temptation is away from you to begin with. Okay. Curbside pickup. I get what is on the list and nothing. There you go, Nicole. Exactly. I love curbside pickup. It's so good. Oh my God, it's so nice. Because I know I'm the same way. If I go to the grocery store, I will find twice as much as what I need. I'll go in for 2 or 3 items and I will come out with 4 or 5 bags. It's just the way things are. And also, next, find yourself your social circle. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, we've talked about support groups, things like that. If you are trying to lose weight, you're going to try to find other people that share the same challenges you're having to deal with right now. Yeah. Okay. If you hang out we all have been on Facebook groups, find yourself a Facebook group with people who are dealing with the same type of thing. Okay. For me, one year, I wanted to get more protein in my diet. That was actually my resolution. I wanted more protein in my diet because of gastric bypass. And so I was all over trying to figure out, there wasn't no one then. Now I could go to Facebook and find groups where they talk about adding, being gastric bypass and having to increase protein. I just got one of those Ninja Creamies. And Amber, Living Like Phoenix, was the one who told me about, you can make the most amazing protein ice cream out of that. And you're in charge of what's in it. So find people who will help you to succeed. Okay. Now, yes, recognize there's a pitfall there of pressure. You don't necessarily want to find a social support group that is all about pressure. Because then if other people are succeeding where you're not, and it's more pressure-based, you're going to feel like, oh, shit, look at all these people who can succeed, and I'm sitting here. Yeah, why did I ever do this? I can't do that. Then you get into that whole cycle of, I was not able to do what I was trying to do. So find yourself, you are there in that group for support, not for comparison. If you find yourself feeling that comparison side, maybe it's not the right group for you. It might be the group's dynamics are not right for you. It might be that type of situation is just you are competitive. I'm very competitive. And also maybe it's me in those cases. Hey, Vicky, welcome, my dear. Thank you. Welcome. And thank you for coming by. Next is, it's okay to fail. Gang. Like I said, even the people who succeed in the end with their resolutions or with their goals or whatever are going to fail 14 times before they succeed. It's okay to fail. If you fail, don't get all over yourself about it. Don't tell yourself, well, yeah, see, there's another year I messed up my resolution again. I've never been able to keep a resolution now and all that. You don't have to get to that feeling where you see yourself as the failure. Hey, Tammy, no problem, my dear. No problem, my dear, at all. And yeah, I know today's been weird. There's been a lot going on, girl. And so if you do slip, if you do fall, okay, accept it. There's nothing wrong with failing. That's how you learn, honestly. It's the only way I've been able to learn in my life is by my failures. I fail at something. Okay, sometimes I recognize it on the first failure. Sometimes it takes me many failures before I'm able to realize, oh, okay, now I get what it is I'm doing wrong here. And then you think about when you get on a bike. How many of us get on a bike and ride a bike without falling at least once? Okay, it doesn't happen. You've got to fail to learn that balance. You've got to fall to be able to pedal forward without skinning up your knees. It's just the way things are. And so accept the failure and forgive yourself, because I'll be honest, we are hardest on ourselves. Very seldom have I ever found anyone that I have met that does not feel they are harder on themselves than other people. Okay? I am my worst critic. And it's very easy if a friend of mine, okay, does not come through on the end of their resolution, I'll tell them, you know what, it's fine. Just pick yourself up. Do you still want to work on that? If so, what can you do to make it work? I sit there and I'll talk them through it. But if I do it to myself, I don't. And also forgive yourself. Allow yourself to realize we all do it. We all fail at these things at times. You don't need to be harsh on yourself. Okay, you can support yourself. You can learn from it, and moving forward, things change. And because in the end, that's what all this comes down to. The whole reason behind a resolution is there's something about you that you want to improve on. Okay, and sometimes our resolutions aren't the normal ones. Like I said, it's I don't want to snap at my mom as quick as I usually will. Okay, something small like that. Okay, so how can you go about doing those things? So as we go forward, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and some of us are going to choose to have a resolution this year. Okay, some of us are going to be more like, I don't need a resolution, but okay, hopefully this time next year, this is how my life is going to look different. One thing I did, gosh, I haven't done this in years, actually. I used to do every December 31st, okay, when I sat at work. I would sit down with a piece of paper, and we talked earlier, okay, about short-term goals, long-term goals. And I would write down on a piece of paper, what were my short-term goals for this next year, and what are my long-term goals for the next 5 years. And with the long-term goals, I've made a little note as to where I was right now. And then I would take that notebook, and then the next year, okay, I would scan it in for my computer or whatever I needed to do, take a picture of it, whatever. And then the next December 31st, as I would write it up for the next year, I would look at that list. How many of those things did I succeed at? And you know what? You find out you succeeded a lot more than you think you did, especially if you're being realistic about what your goals are. And then for the 5 years, because it's really hard to keep track of those 5 years because it's got that long-term type thing we talked about, I would look at, okay, where was I last year at this time? Where am I this year? Okay, if it was something that I wanted to do educationally, where did I get this year? Was I able to take any classes? Did I read a bunch of books about it? Things like that. So it wasn't necessarily a resolution. It was just more, where do I want my life to go? And it was really helpful. I used to do it all the time. I just realized I haven't done it in years. Probably should. It's probably what I need to do tomorrow, actually. So what did we have here? Tammy said, I just saw a post. It's, what's the most proud thing you did in 2022? I thought I didn't kill anyone. Yes, that one's good. Yes. And that's a good one. That's a good one. Because a lot of times we go into this last 24 hours, and unfortunately, we tend to look at everything with the glass half empty version. Okay. Why? Oh my God, this is still an issue here. Oh my gosh, I'm still, okay, I'm going to need a second job now because of this, because I can't pull money in. Oh my gosh, I'm still in this relationship that I've wanted to get out of for how long? But we look at things with that half empty. What about the half full? Because I can guarantee you, every one of you guys that I'm talking to right now in chat that I know are there, and those of you who aren't talking in chat that I know are out there, and I know you, okay, and I've spoken with you, I can tell you amazing things about yourself that I've seen in the last year. I've been around here long enough now to actually get to know some people, and I've seen so much growth in so many people. And good night, Perspective. Get some rest, my dear. And you and Sleuth need to get rest, and Miss Burden needs rest too now. So yeah, Kelly, the money part, we get upset with ourselves on things. I haven't moved as far as I wanted to on my personal business that I wanted to develop. Okay, instead of sitting there and saying, yeah, I didn't move too far on that one, but look at this other business that I've started working on. Okay, and you start finding those good things. I love the idea. What is one good thing you did in 2022? I might actually have to steal that to put into my own community page and ask you guys to write those things out yourself. What is one great thing that you did? What is something good that you did in 2022? And also, so let me ask you guys, takeaway is going to change a little bit for today. Could be a takeaway, okay, like normal, or it could be, if you want to share, because this is a support group too. This is a group of us who can come together and help each other, okay, with our goals, with our whatever it is that we want to do in our lives. So sharing those goals with each other is definitely on the table, because then we can help each other more. And so takeaway for today. What's your takeaway, or what is a goal you have for yourself in the next year? Something that you've been thinking about. And also, and let me come over here real quickly. Cristola, Locus. Cristola, I love you. I love you. Girl, this girl has done some amazing work in this last year. She really has, gang. And so Burden, Burden, you need to get some rest too, my dear. And Perspective needs some rest. And Kelly, you've been very successful in your job for 2022. Yes, yes. It's important to look at that, just how far you've come in your job. Where were you last year at this moment? What was it that you were doing with your job then? And where are you now? Awesome. Tammy, every one of you should be proud of how your time you took to help each other love. Yes, because I see this with this community, whether it is, okay, one side of a community or another, it's these people, as we get together, everyone really puts it out for each other. If they see someone who needs support, they're there. They are there for that person. I will not forget when my mom fell and broke her hip and her wrist. I would not have gotten through that without all of you guys on YouTube. I wouldn't have. Okay, I was away from home. I didn't have my normal support system, and you guys created that system for me. And I agree with you, Tammy. Every single person should be very proud of all that, definitely. Burden has a goal to feel better so I can get to covering all the cases that need coverage. You need to feel better for sure. And I had a funny feeling you were starting to get sick, but girl, you have a way of handling doing the channel. You guys, most of you guys don't know, this girl gets upset because she has to sleep instead of work. She's like, but there's other people we need to make sure are covered. We need to get this story out there, and this and this and this. And I was like, girl, you need sleep. You need to sleep. She's just got that heart that doesn't ever stop giving. And even when she comes up with her own goal. And I love you, girl. And so yeah, exactly, Nicole. You know what I'm saying. You've been on that end of it too, talking with her. So Burden does do an amazing job. Kelly, I haven't come for monetarily, but I have risen the ladder and have become a huge asset to bingo. And actually, money's important, yes. But knowing your worth as a person says so much more. Knowing that, you know what, maybe the money side isn't there, but they need me. They need me. There's something I add to this company. It does make a difference. Rosa Lang, my dear, love you, my dear. Hope you had a great Christmas and an even better New Year's coming up. And Rosa Lang's awesome also. And yeah, you guys, we're into the last 24, 48 hours of this year. And 2023, a couple of us have already started talking, and we can see some tides shifting, focuses changing and stuff like that. And I truly see a year coming forward where we are connecting more, where we are taking care of ourselves, making those changes in our lives that we need to, okay, because we have that ability in us now. We have the friends, we have the support system and all. So you've got this stuff where this year, 2023, is going to be unstoppable. Hybrid Falcon, hello, Sleuth Mom shared. Sleuth is amazing. I love my Sleuth. I love Sleuthy. My heart is breaking, lost at 48. She went to the hospital, was diagnosed with pneumonia, released in past hours. I am so sorry, Hybrid Falcon. I am so 48. All ages are too young, but that is someone that touched your heart. You can tell they touched your heart. And I am so sorry you're going through this. Okay. I know many people in this group will say prayers for you tonight. If you want to share their first name, please feel free to share their first name, and we will include them in all of our prayers and thoughts and all, for sure. And welcome, definitely welcome. But I am so sorry you're going through this right now. And losing a friend, guys, it's hard. Our friends speak to us on levels that when they're gone, you miss them. Her name's Dawn. Okay, we will keep Dawn in our, by the way, hi, Josh. Dawn will be in our prayers, definitely, as will you, Hybrid. Today is actually my dad's birthday also, and Christola knows this. We lost my dad in 2018, and today's his birthday. He would have been 84 today. So we lose our people in our lives, but they're always there. They're always there. They're always, they made an imprint on your heart. They made an imprint. My dad imprinted on my heart. Dawn imprinted on your heart. And just know that that imprint is there. You will never forget them. The tears that you shed are actually signs of the love that you had for them. And so, Kelly, today is your mother-in-law's 86th heavenly birthday. Really? So they shared the same birthday. And that is, sorry, gang. This is CNN. Barbara Walters, I didn't know, just died. But yeah, everyone's breaking the news right now. Barbara Walters just passed away also. End of the year, every single time. Today's your Nicole's daughter's birthday. That's awesome. And I know Christola has a daughter with a birthday tomorrow. So, yeah, that is amazing how many people who share birthdays. And so see, you know what? Even when we have our losses, but we balance them. It's only in that love and the chance that we're going to hurt at times that we get to share the love that we did with that person. Because if it doesn't hurt now, it means we never really had those experiences with them. that make all the world difference. So sorry, hybrid, you'll definitely be in our prayers. And those of you with birthdays, family birthdays, okay, whether up in heaven, I know there's at least 2 people in heaven right now having a birthday, quite a few of them down here having birthdays. So, and yes, good news here, they arrested the person with the Idaho case. We had another case, Lucian's, that looks like they found Lucian. Unfortunately, he did pass. But a lot of things, yeah, definitely. I'm having a tough time with it. Yeah, your birthday is January 22nd and their anniversary is wow, girl. Yeah, it's really when we lose someone who was there for so much of our lives, it's hard. I told Christola I did not cry or anything until I left a message for her telling her what was going on. And I started losing it then. And then I made a comment somewhere else and I just, on Discord. I said something in Discord. And next thing I knew, I'm getting ready to put on makeup for this live and I'm just crying like a baby. And, but you know what? Those are the memories. Those are the memories. And know we're here for you, Kelly. If you need anything, know we're here. And those days, especially those days are coming up with about a month to go for that. So you're in our heart right now and all of you guys. So, but yeah, Lucian, we keep Lucian and his family, friends, all that, because guys, these people, when they do go missing, there's someone that I covered that some of their friends post on occasion on an old video about that person here, and you can see they miss that person. They really do. And we all touch someone else's life. Every one of us do. Don't ever, ever, ever think that you don't make a difference, because there's someone out there whose life is different because of you. You don't know who that person is potentially, but guess what? They know what you did for them. They know without you there, they would be a different person. They may not be the good person they are now. You may have helped them in that one moment that they needed someone. So, thank you, Burden. Thank you so much. So, you never know. You live every single day. Sorry. Shh. Thank you. You live every single day as if it's your last, because you never know when that last day will come. You really don't. And also, if you live that way, that every single day you are making a difference in someone else's life, that'll make the difference right there. So, yes, no foul play and closer starting last January. I lost my brother, then ended up being 7 people. Yeah, the last couple of years have been because of COVID and so many other things. Okay, economy, mental health issues, all that. There's been a lot of loss in the last couple of years. And I think that's why this year I've got this feeling this year, things are going to change for us. Okay, we're moving forward. Okay, life's moving forward and we're learning how to address things. Okay, just even the fact that resolutions are now becoming more and more focused on mental health says something. It says that we are at the point in our lives where we're okay with dealing with mental health issues. They're not hidden behind a door anymore. We can be human now. And also, just so everyone knows, let's see, I did read that. Yeah. And, there. Oh, gosh, I'm almost closing everything out. Cantina tonight. Cantina will start in 55 minutes. So, and this will be our New Year's Eve Cantina. So if anyone wants to come hang out for about 2 hours or so, we're going to hang out for around 2 hours. I am going to quickly take what was warm pizza that's now hot pizza. And also, well, actually, no, it's probably cold pizza now, in all honesty. And I'm going to eat that and get ready for Cantina. So hopefully I'll see some of you. For those of you who don't know about Cantina, Cantina is just a no drama. Come hang out with people. Just enjoy talking story, maybe play games sometimes. Sometimes we sing karaoke. Just have fun. The rule is no drama. That's all. That's the only rule. No drama. Respect and drama. So I will talk to y'all later. Fun, fun, fun. Exactly. That's Cantina. So I'll see y'all then. Okay, love y'all. Thanks for all the adding into the comments and all that, because it helps all of us realize that we're all one family pretty much. We are here. And also, love you guys tons. Haole makahiki ho. If you don't get to make it to tonight's Cantina, haole makahiki ho. Happy New Year. Love you all and talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Aloha.